always a cow and her daughters and their daughters, and so it's always a very close-knit family. So he's coming to this one on our right. And that close-knit family means that when the matriarch does pass on, her daughters are going to be old enough to be able to take over their own family groups. In other words, you might find two fairly old females whose mom passes away, and they've always been second to her as the matriarch, and when she moves on, they're both old enough, they've both learnt well enough by then, but they've also by that stage maybe had 2 or 3 calves of their own. They are then able to break away from each other and become the matriarchs of their own herds. So it's not something that, like lion or in other male-dominated societies, where you get a taking over of who's in charge. There's nothing like that at all in elephant society. In elephant, it's all about the succession to the throne, as it were, and as soon as a female moves on, her daughters then become their own matriarchs of their own herds. Oh wow, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, he punched that tree. And dozens and dozens of marula trees falling as he does that. Now I've seen him do that with palm trees, with mangosteens, with a host of different trees, and enough fruits fell for him to stand there for a while. It takes a lot of learning to be able to punch a tree like that and be effective, but also the timing of repeatedly, when I say punching, it's sort of really head-butting or nose-butting. It's curling his trunk around, and it's almost as though it's knocking it with the top of his nose more than anything else. And because of the slight give in the tree, there's a very distinct rhythm that is required. Funny how that marula tree is growing with a little kink in it. That's just the perfect height for it to be bumped. Quite a bumper crop of marulas this year, and these elephants, they're not chancing upon all these trees. These elephants are the same elephant that use these trees that come past here every year, or even maybe a couple of times a year.